In a recent reminder, we discussed the name Ar-Rahman when we mentioned Surah Rahman in discussing kist and equity, and I'd like this last reminder to be focused on that name, Ar-Rahman, a name which stands in for God's own personal name in more verses of the Quran than any of the other 99 names, any of the other innumerable names of God. It's almost as though God is telling you that if there's a single one of his attributes that is the best substitute for his own name, it is his comprehensive mercy. And indeed, the name Ar-Rahman is described by classical scholars as Al-Ism al-Jami'u, the comprehensive name of God. Oftentimes, those names that come in the Quran, those attributes that God uses to describe himself, come in pairs. A name of beauty and a name of majesty, the giver of life, the bringer of death, and so forth. And the great scholar, North African scholar Abdul Qadir al-Jazairi said, the God that reconciles immanence and transcendence, the God that reconciles majesty with beauty, is the God that the messengers commanded us to know. But reason can know the existence of no such God. Reason can only know a God that's transcendent, not one that's immanent. Only one that's overpowering, not one that's near. So usually there's a kind of tension in these names, in these attributes, with opposing names reconciled through God's unique being. What's interesting about the name Ar-Rahman, it is most frequently paired with the name Ar-Rahim, which is also derived from mercy, because God is never the opposite of merciful. The name Ar-Rahman does carry within it a connotation of justice, as the great scholar Imam Farid Rame reminds us. If you take Surah Maryam, for example, Abraham says to his father, indeed, I fear a punishment from Ar-Rahman for you having taken Shaitan as an ally. The distinction between Ar-Rahman and Ar-Rahim is that the name Rahim, that mercy, will be written for those that believe and do good deeds. But the mercy is comprehensive in the very act of creation itself. It's inherent in the very nature of the being that does the creation. There's a special kind of mercy that is extended to those who give their all for God. But there is never anything unmerciful about God. He's never the opposite of merciful. His mercy encompasses everything, even him.
La ilaha illallah.